Well, thank you for that amazing introduction, Miraculous Girl. And thank you everyone for joining us again here on Exploring It All. So today, you guys have hopefully already seen our live unboxing of Apocabox. And this month, in the plus version of Apocabox, there was a few extra items. And one of them was this little knife here. I had to search it out. And it's called a fruit and vegetable prep knife. Fruit and vegetable prep knife is what it was called. And I looked it up. And this little knife, it says it's made in Solingen, Germany. And for those of you that don't know, Solingen is really known for making some high quality steel knives. And it's where a couple of the German knife manufacturers, J.A. Heckels I think is there, I know Wüsthof is there, and a few others. I still have a portion of it, a really nice Wüsthof knife set that was by Emeril Lagasse. And it was Wüsthof, and they put Emeril's name on it and stuff. And Emeril later sold his product lines and everything to Martha Stewart, and then everything got switched over to made in China stuff. And now this knife is, I'll go back to that, but so this knife is made in Solingen, Germany, and I remembered, something looked familiar to me, and I found this lockback folder here, and this is a Carl Schlieper hammer forged in Solingen, Germany knife. Now, I took some stills. I'm going to try some still photos, and I'm going to try and insert some that are visible. I took some with my phone as well that I have to transfer them over to the computer in order to get them into the video. But I'm going to try to get those in there so that you guys can see this tang stamp on this. Now, this particular knife, this is a lockback. It's called a Clod Buster. This knife, I've tentatively dated this to the early 70s. It could possibly be the early 80s, but I'm pretty sure it's the early 70s based off the shield and the tang stamp in this, from everything that I could find out in my research. And it's a model number 99YL on the tang there. And the 99 is the model number. And then the Y, I think, is for the yellow scales, and the L is for lockback. So that, and I'm sorry about the ums, but that's what this is. Now, one thing I thought that was really interesting was where it says Soligen down here, there's a very specific swirl of the G, and it's the first word here. There's a very specific swirl of the G. Ooh, looks like that's a pretty good angle for it there. Well, this knife, and you can see it much better, has the exact same swirl on it. Now, I looked up the company, Carl Schlieper, and they filed for bankruptcy. It had been in business for a few hundred years, it seems like, in Germany there. And then they filed for bankruptcy, and then it was purchased by, Boker, and also Great Eastern Cutlery purchased it, and they began making knives, and they're based out of Pennsylvania. So it's possible. Well, I know this says made in Germany though. So I don't know. Maybe it's possible Boker made this. I could not find out who actually makes this knife. Creek said he contacted the manufacturer, and that's possible. I'm not saying he didn't. In order to order these for his box and stuff. I found a couple of different sources online where you could get this knife. And two places had it for under $2. Chicago Knife Works had it for $1.46. Knife Country USA had it for $1.88. But they both had it and it was out of stock. And it's available in different colored handles. And And I'll tell you, in his literature that came in the box, I'll reach over here and grab it. It actually lists the handles at the very bottom down here as being red. And obviously this is not red, it's black. So, but the ones I was looking at online had this information in just like this, that exact information. So I don't know. But anyway, so you can get, but I did find a company that had this knife in stock for $2.18. Discount Cutlery had it for $2.18. Now, it's got a little serrated edge, and it's a plastic handle. You know, there's nothing special about it. It's a discount knife. It really is. Now, I said this was in the plus box, but this was not like the main item. There was a couple other things in there, one of them being a slingshot that covered the price of the plus box. So this was kind of a little extra. But so I'm not bagging on Creek about that or anything like that, but sometimes, what I'm saying is not all cheap knives come from China. This one's obviously made in Germany, and you can probably find some that are made in America. Now, one other thing I'm going to throw into this video about cheap knives goes to the other subject I brought up. By the way, this knife on eBay goes anywhere. There are some newer ones go for about 20 bucks, but these original ones like this go for anywhere from $50 to $100. And you can actually still find some from knife distributors and stuff from the original company. So, what we have here, I saw on Amazon, so I had to buy them. And again, these are made in China. But I was talking about Emeril Lagasse. Now, I had some great Emeril Lagasse knives made by Wusthof from Solingen Germany. And I decided, I saw these and they look nice. So we'll see. They got a nice weight to them. So these are a couple of, and I have no idea. This is a 5-inch Santoku. See the Emeril Lagasse name on there and all that. And you also see, maybe you can't see, I don't know. Right down here it says China. It's made in China. You have a flat pommel on them. And I have a couple of other Emeril knives that came from China. Little paring knife here. That were solid stainless. But they weren't expensive. These were less than, I don't know, I want to say less than 20 bucks. I want to say they were around $12 for these two knives. Nice little kind of kitchen knives. Don't worry about hurting them too much. They cost $12. But my point is it seems like anymore you have a lot of companies. Now, in Emeril's case, I know that he was producing all of his lines, and then, you know, he started the Food Network. I mean, he didn't personally start it, but he was one of their main draws and helped bring it about. And then, you know, when it came time for him to retire, he still runs his restaurants, I understand, but everything else, all the food lines, the cookware, the knives, and all that stuff that had his name, he sold all that to Martha Stewart, and her company just began selling it the way they sell it. So it is what it is. So that's a look at some of these knives. I just wanted to kind of touch on this little knife from Creek Stewart. I'm not necessarily mad about it, but I don't know. It wouldn't be my go-to camp cook knife like he claims. And again, I'm not bagging on Creek about that. The slingshot thing was kind of cool, so covered the price of it. Anyway, all right, guys. Well, remember to hit like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell, and be nice to each other.